and start. Hi everyone, welcome back to Gabby's side, and today we have yet another building video. I know, it's been a while since we've had some gameplay, but this is the last sort of building video we're doing on the channel, for now at least. This is the third house of the residential lower class neighborhood lots that we had to build, because now we are moving on ahead to generation 2 basically. So I did jump the gun a little bit and I moved them out of the park already and into their new home that generation 2 will take place in. But yeah, I just wanted to be honest. I just thought, you know what, it's about time. It's about time that we moved out and actually had some nice amount of space in our home as well. So yeah, I've done 2 starter homes in this neighborhood. I mean, I actually started with this one, so hence why in the background you don't see the starter homes yet. But this is the last one I wanted to share with you guys, because now we are going to play in this home. So actually the video today will just be the exterior of this home, and when we're playing the actual family, then we will have you know, more of I guess more of an input into the interior. I honestly ran out of money by the end of this, so I couldn't do the interior even if I wanted to at that point. The house itself was supposed to be 55,000 to buy. It's one of the more pricier homes in the lower class neighborhood, as you can tell by the sheer size of it already. So yeah, 55, I think in the end it was around 55,000, and then when I finished it was around 57,000 because I added like a little bit of furniture that they had from the inventory and stuff like that. So I sold most of their furniture, but I kept a few things, and then, like, you know, beds and dresses, and I added that at the very end. But the inspiration for this exterior was actually just from around the world in Newcrest. Just on the other side of the road there's actually really nice shops and things like that, so I really loved how that looked, and I thought, you know what, let me replicate something like that. So it looks very sort of traditional. It almost looks a bit like, I don't know, it reminds me of like a French style, if that makes sense, but it could also be other styles. I have no idea. Maybe it's just the white windows and that sort of thing that reminded me of France a little bit, but I'm sure there's that kind of architecture in other places too. So yeah, that was my inspiration for the build. And the door that you see here now is actually leading into a store. So I have very exciting well, not exciting news, but an exciting part of the let's play that we're doing, the legacy challenge, is actually that I want to make this home into a store as well. So I want them to live here, but that front door that you see that will lead into the store part of the building, and then there's another door at the back of the home that will lead into that actual residential home area. Now I downloaded a mod and I will link it down below for you guys, but it allows the Sims to live and work in the same lot, I guess. So you can open up a vet or a shop or a daycare and stuff like that in the lot that you live in. We can't originally do this in The Sims, so you have to basically buy a different lot than where you live, which I find really weird, because especially in England, for example, a lot of people live above the shops, or, you know, someone owns that whole building and then they rent out the upstairs part to people so they can just live there, because the shop is usually just the downstairs level and maybe, like, you know, a little bit of the upstairs, but usually not. Usually the upstairs is residential. So I really like that idea, and I thought, why not? I know that's not really technically like part of it, but the thing is, you know, you sell like paintings, for example, and plants and stuff like that anyway. So I was thinking, why not? You know, why not make the gameplay a little bit more fun and just experiment? I still have to find out how it works exactly though, because I know you have to add it as a lot trait, but it didn't really work for me, so maybe I did something wrong. I'll have a look at it again before. Yeah, I mean, not the next part, but the part after that. Maybe I will figure it out a little bit and see how it works, because I didn't really get down to the bottom of it, but I'm sure it will be fine. So here as well, I had this other sort of building over there, and I didn't know if I wanted to leave it as a building or if I just wanted to have this one big sort of building and that's it, and then like a garden space. At the end I did go with the garden space, because the only thing is, this is supposed to be a family home as well. So I thought if I have too many buildings, you know, the kids are not really able to go outside and play anymore. And that was a big part for me to have. You know, ideally, the kids would be able to run across, like across the little path there, and then they're in the park. But loading screens, you know, they take so long. Like, the park is literally right there, and it really annoys me because everything in the park is already generated, like it's rendered already. So when you look at the park, like the fountain is running, all the plants are moving with the wind. So I'm like, why can't I just interact with the objects? Why Sims? I really don't understand it, because yeah, you should just be able to, like, at least every neighborhood in the Sims world, you should be able to interact with all of the lots, I think. Why have a loading screen for something that I literally already see rendered and is literally right next to me? Oh man. So anyway, yeah. Here we're onto the roof. Oh, I had a hard time with this. I really didn't know what to do with this little, like, angled piece of the wall, I guess. Like this part right now that I'm struggling with. So yeah, I wasn't sure, and I looked around to see what the other buildings are like, but of course, I don't know, they did it in some magical way that I do not know how they achieved that. So yeah, I played around with it, but in the end I think it was okay. I mean, it's not my favorite roof that I've ever done in my life, but I think it works out. You know, you can't really see it. You know, if you're at the sim heights, you will not be able to see it, which is giving me a peace of mind, really. So but yeah, no, I love this building. It really does remind me of like a shop, residential part upstairs. And I love the windows. The big windows upstairs are so nice. They let so much light in, and I don't know, I like the look of it. I like it, I really do. So it came out well, and yeah, the Sims are settling in at the moment. I've already recorded another part of the gameplay that will come out tomorrow. So if you're watching this on the, what day is it today? Tuesday. Yeah, I'm recording this on Tuesday, so it will be uploaded as well today, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, I will upload the next part of the gameplay. And yeah, I don't know, it's a really different sort of playstyle now, because I feel like in our previous home, the little the little mobile home that we had, it was just yeah, it was just completely different sort of game. Like, we were just living in this tiny little home and nothing could fit, and now we've got all this space. It's just amazing. It's a whole different atmosphere inside the home. But it's cool, the family is gonna get bigger, of course. The next part of the challenge is to have a big happy family, so you need, I think, at least 3 kids actually. And for that, obviously, more space is required. I'm not going to be able to fit everyone into a small home anymore. So yeah, maybe later we'll play with a small home. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I think I will go back to a small home when we're on to the other generations, because then we can also use the mobile homes and then turn that lot into like a gym or a bar, whatever else. But for this one, I wanted to do something different. I think that was my goal. And yeah, this is, I also thought I'll move out Stevie when she gets older, and also maybe Jean, because he's not technically part of the generation, to the starter homes in this neighborhood. And they've got quite a bit of money now to them. Well, not now, because I built this huge house with their money, but usually they could save up quite a little bit of money. But I still like the idea of them living in the lower class neighborhood. I think it's realistic. I feel like the generations going forward would kind of have more and more money, because well, inheritance, for example, that's a thing. But I mean, in the Sims, actually, inheritance isn't really a thing. But I just imagine that the generations get wealthier as they go on, basically, because more things are left for the next generations. So yeah, that just made sense to me. So yeah, that's where kind of Stevie, Jean will stay, and Tabitha. I built this, with in mind that Tabitha would probably have her family in this house. And Parker, I don't know if she might move out. I don't know, maybe she'll move in with Stevie or something, or maybe she'll stay here and help out with the family gameplay. So we'll have a look, and we'll see when we come to it. So here I'm just starting out with the floor layout. This was a little bit challenging because I didn't want the whole space to be just the shop, and I also didn't want the whole space to be just the residential. So I was like, okay, where let me find a good balance. I was also thinking to have like the staircase going up. Sometimes you see that too, but I just thought, you know what, no, I'll start with the residential downstairs, and I'll move all the bedrooms and stuff upstairs of this home. So that's kind of what I did. In the back, the windows aren't as magnificent. I mean, this is usually what these sort of grand buildings have. They have this really like grand you know, like exterior at the front, and then at the back is just like a normal building. It's all a facade, it's all fake. Only the front is pretty. So yeah, I just added like simple windows. It just didn't make sense to go all out for the back. So yeah, and there's their front door. That's actually the front door to their home instead of the shop. So now you can kind of see it all coming together, and I love that. I love those doors from Strangerville. Oh my god, yes, please, we need more doors like that. Those are actually doors with a little key lock inside, a little post box. That's so cute. I mean, in The Sims, they don't actually use the doors letterboxes. But what I put, and I hope it works, because right now there's a mailbox on the lot, but I changed it to the apartment mailbox. So I really, really hope that works, and that they can just, you know, put all the letters and stuff in that mailbox, because it wouldn't make sense in such a building to have just a mailbox outside the shop, for example. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, but in the UK, for example, I mean, we always have the letterboxes, and also here in the Netherlands. I think most places in Europe do, but I think it's just like an American thing to have a mailbox outside your house. But it's like, you know, wouldn't you be worried that people are stealing your mail and stuff? I don't know, to me that's just not right. Like, how does it work, you know? I just don't get it. So yeah, no, but anyway, I love those doors because they do look very realistic to me, at least. Oh, and here I'm making the little garden space. So indeed, we're going to have a little private garden. I did put high fences on this, of course, because, you know, this is more like a community lot. People will come here for the shop, so I wanted it to feel very private and stuff in here in the garden. And then I also add some trees and stuff, so just to make the whole place a little bit more alive. Of course, now the trees are all dead, so that doesn't really add to the vibes that I'm going for. But in the game, we will be moving on to spring very soon, so you guys will see it in all of its glory. But the house is not by any means finished. Like, this is really just the exterior, the shell of the home, really. And in the gameplay, that's when we're gonna work more on the lot. Yeah, I also wanted to add like a dumpster outside, and maybe some ivy climbing up on the building. I think that would look really pretty, like the purpley flowers that grow on the building, in contrast to the green bricks. Oh, that will be so nice. So yeah, I think some things I still want to do later on, but yeah, this is just the start of it, so you guys can see kind of how I made it and stuff like that. I was very pleased with how it came out, though. I think it's yeah, it's got a nice feeling to it, and I'm excited to play in it as well. But yeah, it's just sad for the moment because it's honestly so empty. Like, I think you guys see it at the end in the screenshots. There's like a TV on the floor, and there's like a beds upstairs, and that's pretty much it. It's just it's so sad to look at. But yeah, so that was the garden space. Again, I didn't add anything in the garden. I just mapped it out so I know roughly where it is and stuff. And now I'm really working on the layout of the home. Now this was a little bit tricky, yeah, because I had to really think, okay, like where, I don't know, like how is this gonna work? How am I going to make it work in such a space? Like, the downstairs is not really that big when you look at it, but I think for them it'll be enough. The bedrooms are quite big, and the reason that I left them like that is so when the kids are growing up, for example, when Tabitha carries on the family sort of generations, that the kids have like a play area in their bedrooms as well. And downstairs can be more for like guests and stuff like that. So upstairs is really just the family area, I guess. Like there will be bedroom, but the bedroom is so big that I will like separate it into where they sleep and where they're just playing and stuff. And there's also like a study upstairs, well, what I hope will be a study upstairs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of why the downstairs isn't that big, but it's, I mean, it's got plenty of space anyway, it's fine. Yeah, so this will be there's a little entryway. This will be the sort of living room, and then we've got a big kitchen space as well. Love the kitchen. Well, what will become of the kitchen, I shall say, because it's very, very nice. It's a good sized kitchen. And yeah, I also wanted to go for this sort of green color inside as well, because that's kind of like Stevie's favorite color. But in the end, I just thought, you know what, I don't need to keep putting that color everywhere. I mean, I know it's sentimental and stuff, but this is supposed to be a home that probably Tabitha will live in, you know, in the future generations. So Stevie will move out probably when she's an elder. So I didn't really feel it's necessary to have that color everywhere. And I just left it on the outside of the exterior anyway, so that's enough. That's enough, Stevie. That's all you get. But yeah, so that's kind of the floor layout now completed. The room on the left as well, so there's the shop of course, and there's a little grey room on the left, and that other room is what I imagine to be the art studio for Stevie, so she can paint in there, and then she can you know, dry her paintings and then put them up into frames and into the shop. So that's kind of her workstation, you know. And maybe I'll add like a desk in there later and stuff, just so she can do all of her admin tasks there and do all of her work basically. But yeah, I'm thinking a lot now at the moment, you know, about all of my generation, all of the Sims, and kind of what jobs they will have. I mean, we have a choice of what jobs they can have, so yeah, it's just a lot of like thinking around and making sure that everyone's happy and stuff. But yeah, I love it. I'm so excited to play this every time. I know I say that like every video, but especially now that I'm watching the building part again, it just makes me like have the itch, you know. The Sims itch to play. It's like, yes, I want to play it right now. So yeah, but yeah, after this we'll go back to the gameplay, which I'm really looking forward to. I've just got a busier week again this week, unfortunately, so I don't have that much time to play, which is really sad, because I wish I could just stay at home and, you know, record the videos and just, I don't know, just have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, that's life, right? We got adult responsibilities and things to take care of. So and yeah, here's the floor layout for the upstairs. I was again struggling with the bedroom sizes and where to put the bathrooms and stuff like that. I don't know why I always struggle with the bathroom placement, especially in these sorts of homes, because when I play, I don't like the bathrooms to be in the middle. Like sometimes I put them in the middle of the room, but then I only see like the bath and toilet all the time. So with gameplay it's not the best, so I put it kind of in the corner and stuff. So I'm gonna leave this part here. It's approaching the screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow for a gameplay video. Yay! Bye bye everyone, take care.